The American flag. The Statue of Liberty. The Lincoln Memorial. And of course, Harborough Auto. The Dynasty Podcast is brought to you by Harborough Auto. Winner of the 2014 Dealer of the Year Award, Harborough Auto has a glorious inventory of certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Stop dicking around. Do your duty as an American citizen and check out Harborough Auto today.
It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, sexuational. This is what we call the Dynasty Podcast.
Disclaimer. The thoughts and opinions of the two cocksuckers you are about to hear come from the mouths of two individuals who have never won a championship in 17 combined seasons. Please feel free to take their opinions and shove them up their dumb asses.
Welcome to episode number 5 of the Dynasty Podcast, being brought to you by the 2014 Dealer of the Year Award. The Dealer of the Year Award winners, Harborough Auto, everyone. Speaking of a sponsor, by the way, this is Commissioner Scooper.
Hello.
Tell the people who you are.
I am the assistant, Bub Palucha.
You are just an assistant. Okay. Yes. Assistant at life.
I mean, they know.
The Dynasty 7 sponsor, Brian's Restaurant's gone under.
They're gone?
Gone.
I don't know if they're gone yet.
Well, they're not gone yet, but they're...
I can't believe it.
I know. I like that establishment.
I thought you said you liked the fact that they were going
No,
under.
I don't. I like that establishment.
I agree.
They're a little pricey, but not terrible.
I like
price.
their food.
They have
it's a
good
little
food.
pub food, and
yeah.
I'm upset.
Anyway, we're coming to you from Riverdale Studios, Bubba. We are here, and let's talk a little bit about something that it's in your face all over the place. I'm getting fucking sick and tired of it. They must have a $1 million marketing budget. This weekly fantasy shit. FanDuel, DraftKings,
yes.
all that. You can probably tell from my tone.
How do you feel about it, Eric?
Bubba.
Do you like it? Do you do it all the time?
Well, since you asked, god damn it, it's so stupid. I've never done it, nor do I want to, but from what I know of it, it just seems so lazy and they promote it like, hey, if you don't like your team, you got this week. Yeah, you don't like your team because you fucking suck at fantasy. You fucking suck at fantasy if you have to go do a weekly fantasy. And you know what? It's probably so unlikely for you to really make money doing that. You have to nail it's all, as we all know, fantasy is already so luck based. Imagine shortening to a weekly thing. I mean, at least in a full season, you have better odds at your possible coaching talent or whatever giving you success. Bubba, what do you think?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm
getting a headache thinking about it.
I have played before.
You have?
I have.
Okay, so you have some insight.
Yep.
I admit I haven't played it, so I don't know.
I guess I'll play devil's advocate, because you're very against it, so I'll play devil's advocate. Number one, I did play last year. That was when my team was already...
So again, you sucked.
But I knew I was... But
yeah,
that was
a different scenario.
different scenario. So that, I played. Number two, it allows you to maybe root for players you don't normally root for.
Okay.
For example, let's say you're in one league and you don't have Calvin Johnson, but he goes off every week.
Okay.
Well, now maybe you get to play this 1 week thing where you get Calvin Johnson and he goes off and you're pumped.
Fair.
So you get to kind of root for those other players. It just switches it up. I personally like having a team to root for. I root for DeMarco Murray now this year.
Right.
Next year maybe I won't because he's not on my team. I don't know, but some people like to root for more than just their 10 guys. So I can see why some people would like it. I personally don't, like you said. You can do head-to-head matchups.
Mm-hmm.
You can do out of 500 people.
Yep.
That's where you make all the money. But like you said, it's hard to win.
I think a lot of you know I'm more of a baseball guy at heart. Obviously, I love football, but baseball's near and dear to my. It's a romantic game, Bubba. And
sexual.
It is. And one of the many great things about baseball is that any or as Zach would say, Joe Nobody, can go 3 for 3 or 4 for 5 and have a great game, or even a great week, or even a great fucking month. But one of the great things about baseball is that only the really good, great players can sustain it and can bat 300 in a season, or hit 30 home runs in 4 out of 5 years or whatever. And I don't know. I think I just have a deep-rooted issue with these little gimmicky, sticky little fucking weekly bullshit. It minimizes what we do here for season-long fantasy leagues, and I think it's bullshit. And I'm pissed off that it's like all over the place.
It's just the thing. Like, my only concern is I can't really tell how you feel.
Well, let me make things clear for you, but I hate it. It's stupid.
It is all over the place. I see commercials and ads for it all the time.
Did you see that I put a league poll on the league site? Random hit me out of nowhere the other day, and I just thought I'd post it. And we may have posted something like this similar. I forget. But anyway, what you guys all think as far as who you personally enjoy losing the most? Obviously, your answers are we don't know who you're answering, which is fine. And it looked like Zach actually took the prize in a somewhat close vote. Only 7 people voted. Apparently, it's kind of a hard task to do for those other people.
Yeah, it is definitely difficult.
But what do you think? What do you think the reason for that is, Bob?
I think Zach rubs some people the wrong way. Rubs some people the right way, if you know what I mean, too. But he's very outspoken. He can be brash at times, especially after a few drinks.
You think maybe the odds makers thing is almost hurting him?
I can see that, absolutely.
I mean, they're funny and I like them, but maybe it's also like I get to see now his reaction on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and he bashes, he'll bash some certain people, this coach stinks or this player stinks, why would you ever play him, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He's not afraid to say that, so.
Right. And I gotta say too, Bob, not to interrupt you, but not all the time, but sometimes I'm a little late in watching that video. Like, it might be like, maybe halftime of the 1 o'clock game before I get to it. Almost all of what Chris and Zach say is not correct. Kind of like your bold prediction.
It's hard. I'm telling you, it's hard.
I'm sure it's hard.
You would think you'd be more than 1 out of 50, but
right. So, and also we had Will mention something on the Gamecast chat room, which apparently still exists.
Yes.
He was just a little distraught and annoyed that nobody was participating in the chat room. I don't blame him. However, I blame CBS.
I thought that was a great point.
Yeah, I mean, you go to the game chat, and it's not even, defaulted to be up. Right. You have to go scroll down and click on the chat for it to even be there.
Agreed.
Plus, with all the the way that fantasy's gone mobile, I'm checking my computer less now. I'm using my phone probably more than half the time.
Yep.
I still use it every now and then, but...
Yeah, for sure.
You agree with me?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. We're in agreement today. Yes. But we are in agreement. We're going to agree all show. I can feel it.
Agreement is a word.
It is today, bitches. So on this show, this agreement show, we're going to review Week 5. We're going to discuss everything that's going on here in the league. We're going to go ahead and preview Week 6 and have our first and only Call the Dynasty Podcast team segment. Bob, I'm sure we're going to get just a shitload of fans calling. I'm sure we have a bunch of people want to participate, especially since there's not as many things going on in the league as past years. So I'm sure people are going to step up and take the 7 seconds of time to call us and ask us a question. What do you think? Hey, this is your segment, blah blah. Your idea.
I'm in agreement.
Now let's take a look into last week's results. Who kicked some ass? Who sucked?
Bubba, so we are we're going to week 6. Going to week 6. Before we do that, let's talk about week 5.
Yes,
and the NFL's, as great as always. A lot of bad things that was going on is kind of tampered down. I think I saw a stat the other day that there's been 5 comebacks of more than 17 points.
Oh, there's been a lot. There's been a few, yeah.
It's very interesting.
Headlined by the Tennessee-Cleveland game.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns out of nowhere this past week. I think they broke a record or something for the best comeback on the road or something like that. So, here in the Dynasty, brought to you by Harbor Auto, not Brian's Restaurant, and that's for damn sure. Maybe they went under because of not.
I was gonna say like
sponsoring again.
Well, I was gonna say maybe they sponsored too much, and like that was their final dollar.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, where's that $25 we sponsored the Dynasty?
Shit, that $25 really could have paid off these bills that we have.
Insane.
Yeah. So brutal squeak by Loggers. He won by 5 points, which is actually the closest game we've had so far this season.
Really?
It is.
Go figure.
In their 50th game played here in the Dynasty, the Yellow Peril lost, fortunately for him. VIP defeated Pig Newton's, and when the Pig Newton's Percy Harvin, he couldn't muster up enough points on Monday night. He had not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns called back. Did you see that, Bubba?
Yo, I did. Heaney was sweating it the whole time. I wasn't with him, but through text chains,
right?
It was a little nerve-wracking for him.
Sure.
And funny for me.
Coach Phil Tamulus sent us a quote, which I'm going to read regarding this turn of events, and I quote: "For anyone complaining or whining, crying about fantasy, you haven't seen anything until 3 touchdowns, practically back-to-back-to-back, get called back on a non-goal line plays. But no whining here. It is what it is."
It's good.
It also sounds like, hey, I'm whining, but I'm not whining.
Yeah.
But if I were whining,
but still, kudos to him for taking the high road. Nice job, Phil.
Taking the high road. You guys really are,
in
friends
agreement.
again. In agreement? No. Yeah, only
Not
you
really
two
agree.
only we have the real agreements here. Handy Quacks, he avoided the upset beating Hong Kong. And it was good to see Russell Wilson's dick not fall off as Coach Whiffen wanted and prayed to the gods that it would, but it wouldn't. Let me tell you something. There's one thing for sure that I know in this world, Bubba. It's that Russell Wilson has a strong dick. It may or may not be hard, but at all times it's strong. It's not going anywhere.
How do you know that?
You don't want to know. Bubba, you gave the Senators their first loss.
Fucking right, I did.
And Soglo, they get their first victory over the transgender Satanist. But thoughts, opinions on Week 5 and Russell Wilson's dick?
It's funny because
Wilson's dick is funny now.
No.
Oh.
I think Russell Wilson was quite a surprise.
Yeah. And kudos to Zach for playing him over Stafford. I don't think it would have mattered, but
well, it was it would have been
closer.
Real close.
Yeah.
It would have been 24. He would have won by 3.
Ooh.
But Russell Wilson first drive, he had 11 points, I think. That was kind of texted Zach. I'm like, well, that was pretty fun. First drive was over, so that was big by him. I put up another big week. Obviously, you put up a big week.
Why didn't you say obviously, like you did for you?
Well, it's because I was gloating about my team, and I'm just not gloating about your team.
You should though.
I don't want to.
But that would mean we're not in agreement. And this is an agreement show.
Yeah, Eric put up a lot of points, obviously. And Brian got his first win.
Hey, VTAB, Matt Blaster.
It took playing John, but I'll tell you what. I tried to make a trade with Brian. He was being very I don't want to say stubborn because stubborn's not the right word. He was playing hardball.
He's playing hardball.
And
good for him. Good for you, Brian.
Hey, I told him, I said, I understand what you're doing. I completely understand. I wish you would trade me the fucking players.
Yes.
But,
I would love to know if Brian listens to this because I thought he was going to love the interactive segment from last show. I did not hear anything from him. So, Brian, if you're listening, tweet the Riverdale Gazette anything.
No, you have to tweet grapefruit juice.
Yes.
That's the password.
Brian Cavalieri, please tweet Riverdale Gazette and mention Bubba grapefruit juice. Thank you. Bubba, anything else about Week 5? Is that it? That all you got?
I think it was pretty high scoring overall.
Somewhat high scoring, especially for a couple bye weeks going on. I noticed that Boston Loggers he has 2 kickers on his squad, which may or may not be an issue in and of itself. However, he decided to start Steve Swisham? Scott Swisham. He started to move over Stephen Hoshka.
Sean
Hoshka.
No, it's Sean Swisham.
Scott, okay.
Sean Swisham.
Shitty.
Say that 5 times fast.
Swisham had 5 points and Hoshka had 11. That was the difference between a victory. And obviously Barbara Hoshka's not going to be very happy with that maneuver.
No.
So there's a coaching decision right there. Taking the fantasy gods out of it.
That's tough.
And VIP, Chris Heaney, he made that trade for Eddie Lacy, and that actually was that trade basically helped him win this week. He wouldn't have won without Lacey.
All that does is keep him active for one more week, and then when he loses this week, he trades.
Bubba, what is this written on this piece of paper right here? There's words. What does this say? Read it.
Yay! The Riverdale Scoopers led the league in weekly points scored for the second time this year. This franchise now passed Pig Newtons in leading the league, and most times leading the league in most... Oh, I gotta read that one again. This franchise has now passed Pig Newtons in leading the league in most times leading the league in most weekly points. There's no pause.
It's such a hard way of...
He's done it 21 times, but I'm going to read that one more time for you guys listening at home, because I still don't get it. This franchise has now passed Pig Newtons in leading the league in most times leading the league in most weekly points.
Makes perfect sense to me.
He has led the league the most amount of times in the franchise.
You paused. You hesitated. Let's give a standings update, Bubba. Let's go to the
I thought you were gonna say give a standing ovation.
We'll save that for later. Let's. We all know we can all look ourselves, but just real quick, Bub, don't pronounce what's happening here. Just tell us what are your thoughts about the standings and what's going on regarding wins and losses and points.
I think, although at first glance it looks like the South Division
sucks.
No, it looks they're like slightly better. I think overall, maybe not. Well, I think they're more because like the North is a little more top heavy. It looks with me and you up there.
The North is Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
And the South is Pam Oliver. Her face. The South sucks. Let's face it. Let's not sugarcoat it. If you take a look at Will, who's 4-1, he's got 527 points.
He actually has more points than you think.
Most points in the division. He would be points-wise in 5th place in the North. Fucking A. I got nothing else to say about the standings. Do you, Bubba?
No.
Grapefruit juice.
Now, let's take a look into the future with next week's matchups.
Alright, Bub, so we're back to the all-important divisional matchups here in Week 6. We know how important those are.
They're important. I'm in agreement with you.
There it is. See, let's run them down here. The 2-3 Boston Loggers up against the 4-1, my team. The 2-3 VIP on Swole going up against the 2-3 Handy Quacks, and VIP's 4-0 against Handy Quacks all the time. He's owned him in the 4 games they played.
Really?
4-0.
That is an interesting stat.
You like that stat?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
I can't
Bob.
believe that.
The 5-0 Bubba Gump.
Actually, I can't believe that. I'm sorry, because last year Zach fucking sucked, and the year before that he sucked too. Yeah. So I can believe that.
He sucked before that too. It's been a while since Zach's been good.
He has a championship. We don't.
That's true.
I knew it was coming at some point. I might as well,
Might as well do it. Yeah, exactly. 5-0 Bubba Gump against the 0-5 Satanists. So, although he has more, he's beaten you more times than you've beaten him.
Yeah,
he's 5-4 against you.
I'm gonna even that up.
Okay. Yellow Peril, he's going up against the Senators, 3-2 versus 4-1, and Peril only needs 82 points this week, Bub, to hit the 5,000 points all time in franchise history.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
I think he'll do it.
Yeah.
I think he'll do it.
Yeah.
Brutal Deluxe, 3-2, going up against the 2-3 Pig Newtons, and Hong Kong is going up against Soul Glow. Bub, what do you think as far as game of the week?
I'll tell you what, I really, really wish I didn't have a wedding to go to on Sunday.
Who plans a wedding on Sunday?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Actually, who would, how do you know them? A friend?
It's my cousin.
A first cousin?
Yeah.
So you have to go.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a second cousin you might be able to get away with.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go. But, Zach will be there. So me and Zach are both going. So we're missing a Sunday of football.
Now, if you had DirecTV, which you don't, I don't think.
We're going to be watching on our phones. We can get the Red Zone on our phones.
Through Verizon?
Something, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. We can.
That's what I was
according
to
to Zach.
Okay.
So we'll be huddled watching.
Okay. Is Chris going too?
No.
Okay.
But that's the thing. That would have been fun watching.
Right. Zach
watching that matchup go back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think that's. You and Ben's another huge game. Me and Johnny is really nothing.
No.
I guess Peril against Will. It's the two leaders in that division, but. It's kind of like, you're right, Pam Oliver, great. I could have sex with who? Pam Oliver? Oh, I don't want it. Heaney will be pregnant by week 10. Not his wife, him.
Get a notepad and pencil ready because it's time for another edition of Bubba's Bold Prediction.
Chad Henne will attack Eric on his way to the post office, breaking his left arm. Alright, I'm getting a little tired of people making fun of me for my bold predictions, so I'm gonna go real bold this week.
Wait, shouldn't you do the opposite? If you're getting sassed
hold on, my friend. Hold on.
Holding.
My first bold prediction is the Colts will play the Texans Thursday night. My second...
Wait, so that's
my bold prediction.
Wow, here we go.
My second bold prediction...
At least, predict who's going to win the game.
Oh, no.
Boo.
Oh, no. My second bold prediction is I will beat John this week.
No, that's a little better.
Really?
Actually, you're right. I think there's a better chance that something happens is it in Houston? I think the game's in Houston Thursday night.
It is.
It gets nuked or something.
Yeah, a parachuter comes down and he has a pocket full of pit bull babies and they go and they bite everyone. No, all right. My real bold prediction this week.
Oh, those aren't real. Okay.
No, those aren't real.
Okay.
Oh, there's a bug.
Get it.
Andy Luck playing at Houston Thursday night. Andy Luck will score 40-plus fantasy points.
Wow, okay. And so when you listen to the show, the game may have already happened, so you'll already know if this is... Well, I'm telling you right now it's going to be wrong, but we'll see. Although, I will say this. Obviously, these are bold predictions, right? And you've made that point. However, the spirit of your prediction is what we're really judging here. So, in other words, if Luck had, 37 points...
Still pretty
good. I'd be oh, Bob was right.
Right.
But,
Agreed.
however, when you all get your Gazette in the mail, you'll see that there's a scorecard that we're actually keeping track of bold predictions this year. You'll see that only one of, I think, 8 or 9 were even close. So, when you talk about, this is a bold prediction, it shouldn't be right, well, the spirit of your prediction should be kind of right. So, I just want to make that point. And are we in agreement about that, Bob?
I like going bold.
He's not gonna do it, and I respect it. Continue. Or is that it?
No, that's it.
That's it.